Hi everyone, welcome to Mind Creature. I am here to teach you about exceptions. So, let's start what the exception is. Exception it is an abnormal condition in a program resulting in the disruption of the flow of the program. Basically, exception whenever an exception occurs, it halts the execution of our code. Basically, it is a situation. An exception is a situation. It is a situation which interrupts due to which interrupts the normal execution of our code. Of our code. So let's understand it with an example. Okay. I am taking an example of zero division error. For example, let's create a method first. Let's take a simple example of division method. I am dividing two numbers. I create a method divide and pass and take two values as a input. In result, it will return us divide a by b and will return the divide variable. Divide. Now, let's use this method. Let's call this method. Now, we want to divide the numbers 2 by 3 and also we want to divide let's suppose 40 by 10. Then we want to divide 2 comma 0 and next we want an output divide 10 by 5. I think it's more than enough. Okay, let's run the code. See what happens. It gives an error, zero division error. What does that mean? Here we are giving a input. We are divide 0 to as a denominator. As we know, we can't divide a number with 0. Let's remove this. See our code. Now let's run it. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. Oops. Okay. Now let's run it. Okay, let's understand it. I forgot to print the output. Let's print all these situations. Now, okay, let's print this too. Print. Now let's write it. See, we got output 2 by 3 0, 40 by 10 4, 10 by 5 2. Now let's also pass the value where denominator is 0. Divide 2 comma 0. Now see what happens. See, it will print the result for 2 by 3, that is 0, will give a result for 40 by 10, that's 4, but it gives exception, zero division error when we pass 2 by 0, and due to this value, it will not proceed further. It will not give the answer for this. This is the situation. This is a particular case where there is an exception occurs. Mm. Due to this case, our code execution disrupts and it will not proceed further. Now, to avoid such kind of situations, we will use exception handling. It is a feature to handle any unexpected error in our code. To avoid this, we use exception handling. Exception handling is a feature used to handle the exception, handle such cases. Now let's take an example of exception handling. Suppose to handle the exception, we use the syntax try. We use these two keywords try. Then in try block, we will perform all our operations. In try block, and we use exception if in such operation any case of exception occurs, it will go there, and this except block is used to handle the exception. Here we write the code used to handle the exception. Handle the exception. Now let's try an example of try catch, try and accept. Okay, now suppose I am writing it in try block and also write accept. Okay, there is an indentation problem. Now it's fine. Accept. Let's see what happens. Exception. Now, if any case occurs, it will print exception. Now let's run the code. Let's see what happens. Okay, unbound local variable error. Actually, this is a local variable error. We need to declare it globally. Now let's run it. Now what happens? Okay, let's see. Int object is not callable. What happened to it? So I think some problem. Okay, let's take an example of it. Just suppose I am passing a value 4 by 2. Now this is a normal case, it will give us an output. Now let's suppose I am dividing 4 by 0. Let's see what happens. Now it will see, I am just print run execute further. Now let's understand what happens here. See, here is a case where exception occur, but still it will run the code further. This is what the exception handling is. See, for every case, now it will work. Write this and pass this. It execute further. Now in exception case, it tell us that exception occurs and will execute further. It will not interrupt our code. In this way, we are able to handle any kind of exceptions. Now let's understand the various kind of exceptions. There are various kind of exceptions, such as like arithmetic error. Arithmetic error is the error getting during numerical calculations. Where there is an error in numerical calculations, then it will give us an arithmetic error. Second, overflow error. Overflow error. When we exceed the limit for a numeric type, then such kind of error will occur. Next, let's take an example. Floating point error. Floating point error. As the name indicates, when when there is an error in floating values, calculating the floating values, then such error occurs. Zero division error, we already discussed about that, you know that. Okay, then input output error, IO error. This error occur when we got the wrong user input, when there is a problem in user input. For example, in zero division error, we are taking the input from user, and user will give us denominator as 0. Then it will raise an exception, it will give an exception. This is input output error. Next, syntax error. When there is a problem in syntax. Indentation error. When indentation is not specified properly, when we not specify indent properly. Index error. For example, we are working on array of size 5, and we will place the value on index 6. Now we have array of size 5 and we are placing the value at index 6. How is that possible? This will occur an error, index error. There are various errors. We will discuss about all the errors next time. Now let's come to the assertions in Python. Assertions in Python. Now what is assertions? What does that mean? Assertion, it is used to check the validation of input. It is used to check the validation of input. Let's understand it with an example. What do you mean by validation of input? For example, I am taking these values from user. Suppose I am passing a is equals to input. Pass the first value. I am taking it from user, input from user. Pass the first value, or we can say numerator. Then we are taking b from user. Pass the second value. Second value. Now let's see. about assertions. Okay. Now let's run the code. Let's pass the first value. I am passing 4 here. Pass the second value. I am passing 2 here. It will not printing something because we are not dividing. Okay, I forgot. Sorry. Print. Now let's print a by divide a comma b. I am passing such inputs to this divide method and then I am printing the value it returns. So let's see. Pass the first value, I am passing 10. Pass the second value, I am passing 2. It will print 5. Okay. Now let's understand the assertion. It is carried out by assert statement. Now let's suppose we are trying to suppose here divide. I am applying condition to our input. We want that b should always be greater than 0. So let's apply assert statement on it. Assert b greater than 0 अगर b 0 से छोटा हुआ या इक्वल if b is less than equal to 0 then it will raise an error. B should be greater than 0. Okay, let's see what happens. I pass first value 4 and second value as 0. Okay, it will not execute. Let's see what happens. Wait. I think so. I think some problem occurs. Let's see what it is. I got the problem. Okay, sorry. Actually, we will pass the condition here. B should always be greater than 0. So let's run it. I am passing the first value, then I am passing the second value. Now see, it will give us an error. B should be greater than 0. Assertion error. This is the error created by us. It is known as validation of input. We apply condition on input. To apply the condition on input, we use this assert keyword and apply a condition here, and if condition is failed, then it will give this error. Okay, now let's come to the try finally block. Now what the finally is? Basically, finally is a keyword which is used when we want to execute some operation whether the exception is handled or not. Means it is always executed no matter if exception is occurred or not. For example, let's suppose, and I'll explain you with example. See, I write finally here and print. I'm removing this except from here. Okay, print file closed, always executed. Now let's see. Let's remove this assert statement too. Let's see what happens. I'm passing the first value 4, second value 2. Normal flow of program. It will returns 2 and file always executed. It will finally block. Just remember one thing. Finally block will always executed whether the exception is occurred or not. No matter, it will always execute it. Now let's run a case where the exception is occurred. I'm passing 3 here. Now I'm passing 0. Now let's see, we got an error, but it will again give us finally the code inside finally block will always work whether the exception is occurred or not. Okay, now our last topic is raising an exception. Raising an exception, what does that mean? An exception which can be raised if we want to generate our own exception at a particular situation, then we use this raise an exception to generate our own exception. It can be raised using raise statement. Let's take an example of it. Just simple example. Suppose I am making a method def try and passing some level, just checking. Okay. Now in this try, okay, sorry, try is a keyword, I can't use it. Demo, just okay. Now I'm applying condition if level greater than, if level is less than 1, okay, raise invalid level, comma, sorry, 11. Now let's call that function demo. I am passing 1 here. Here I will make a case where an exception should be occurring. It is raised by us. Let's suppose we're passing 0. See, it will raise an exception invalid level. Exception must be old style. So basically, to make our own exception, we use this raise keyword. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Hope so this tutorial will help you. If you have any queries, you can contact us at the link provided below. Thank you. Bye bye.